Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
8th Canto, Chapter 24, Text 1. Shri Rajo Vacha Bhagavan Shotam Ichchamihi Harer Adbhuta Karmanaha Avatara Katham Adyam Mayamasya Vidammanam. Maharaj Parikshit, the Supreme Personality Godhead Hari, eternally situated in the transcendental position, yet he descended in this world and manifested himself in various incarnations. His first incarnation, that of a fish. O most powerful Shukadeva Goswami, I wish to hear about you, the pastimes of the fish incarnation. So why did Lord appear as a fish? He is very keen to know. Generally, we are keen about so many material things. But when the heart is purified, you want to know about the Lord's pastime. You see, he's so untiring. He was enjoying hearing the pastimes of Vamandeva, but he is not exhausted. He said, now tell me about the fish incarnation. I want to hear. Shushusho Saddadhanasya. With the eagerness to hear, Prabhupada says, is the first qualification to enter the spiritual world. If you want to enter the spiritual world, the first qualification is eager to hear. In spiritual world also nothing else is happening. Everybody is enjoying hearing, chanting, dancing. In Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam is the first criteria. And the Shravanam is, if that is in place, other 8 angas of bhakti will easily develop. So we are all hearing, but of the subject matter of hearing we have to change. So Parikshit Maharaj is a very pure soul. He is very eager for spiritual development. Shota Vyadini Rajendra Ninam Santim Shahasha Shaha Apashatam Atma Tattvam Griheshu Grihimedinam. So many million subject matters are there for hearing. For a person who is not interested in spiritual life, he has millions of subject matter for hearing because he is not conscious of the goal of life. So here in the situation of Parikshit Maharaj, he is very eager for spiritual development. Therefore, he just heard about Vamandeva Leela. He's saying, now I want to hear about fish. So enthusiastic. Can you tell me? I want to hear about fish. That massive fish. It's not that he doesn't know. He already knows about the pastime, but he wants to hear it from an authority. Because pastimes of the Lord are so pleasing to hear. And devotees, in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Machchita mata kata prana bodhayastas parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. He says, my great devotees, they take such pleasure in hearing about me. Machchita mata kata prana, they have given their life to me. Their prana is given to me. Bodhayastas parasparam. They're always talking about me. And in this way they pass their time. Kathayantas chamam nityam. All their time they pass like this. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. And they take great pleasure in that. So when we come to the platform of discussing Krishna's pastime with great pleasure, we have a hope in spiritual life. We have a hope once we develop taste in discussing Krishna Leela. That pleasure of hearing about Krishna Leela, it's in the domain of Yogamaya. And when we are enjoying hearing Krishna Leela, tons and tons of Papa Karma is getting washed away. So Matsya incarnation is a very wonderful incarnation. Lord could have directly come, but he wanted to have some fun. He came as a small fish in the river where Satyavrata was taking bath. Ocean or river? In the river. Okay. And then what happened? He had a small kamandalu to collect water, small pot. You know, when you go to the river, you collect some water for puja. And the Lord came with a small fish. He threw it aside. So again he collected water. The Lord again jumped inside that pot. He's just having fun. Krishna is having fun. And then he did it 3 times. And again he was throwing it away. Then he appealed. He spoke. As a fish, he spoke. Why are you throwing me? Give me shelter. So Satyavata is in the mood of a king. Yes, I'll give you shelter. So he gives shelter to this small fish and brings it home to the palace. And the fish immediately fills the size of the pot. And he appeals to the king. The place is too small. So he said, okay. He throws it into the well. And within a minute, it fills the full well. So Satyavrata thinks now what to do. So he picks it up and, he has a king. He has many people. They pick up the big fish and throw it into the lake. And it covers the full lake in no time. And then it tells the king, it's too small a place where you kept me. So then Satyavrata gets a whole big fish picked up and throws back into the ocean. But again it covers the ocean miles. And Satyavrata now realizes, my Lord has come. He's a great devotee. And Lord was having just some fun. And then Satyavrata says, my Lord, you have come for what purpose you have come? Well, Lord doesn't do anything without a purpose. He said, yes, the purpose is there is going to be a great inundation now. And in this great flood, everything is inundated. So, what you should do? You should. They talk about, there will be global warming, the oceans will rise. Yes. It is all part of the plan of the Lord. And then what happens is that, not plan of the Lord in the sense any time the Lord can do. For the Lord, it's not difficult to organize anything. Anything can be organized. It says the sun heats up and all the water vaporizes and then there is rain and there is total inundation. pralaya. Even science agrees today that a sun sometimes can heat up to that 12 times the power. Everything will be burnt. And then there is rain. Everything is inundated. So anyway, so it does happen sometimes. So there is inundation which is forecasted by the Lord, which is going to happen within a week. And he says, Satyavrata, you take a boat and great sages in it. Put great sages in it. And one sample of all the living entities. Oh, scientific. Huh? All the living entities he gets. It's a big boat. He cannot get everybody, but he gets few. I'm just trying to understand what he has to do. Suppose you have a situation like this. What are you going to do? You have to take all the living entities. You cannot take everybody. First you will take the sages, most important. And Jambavan was also there in it. He's enjoyed all the pastimes of the Lord. And apart from that, he took other species also. Because after inundation, he has to come back and repopulate. Correct. If you have a situation like this, you'll have to plan. You have to take your coconut, one seed, you have to take one, everything you have to take. All the seeds you have to keep. At least in seed form, you have to take the plants. And you will have to do something. You have to really intelligent. He had to plan. He had 1 week to plan. Anyway, so he planned and then he was there. I think similar as pastime is there in Christian literature also about. There is a talk about a boat, but not explained with the Satyavrata pastime. So the fish incarnation is mentioned 2 times. One time the fish incarnation came when Lord Brahma, Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ki, when Lord Brahma was once woke up from sleep, and the Vedas personified came out from his mouth, just like Vidu Jabai. And a demon called Hayagriva stole and ran away. And at that time the Lord took incarnation of the fish to save the Vedas and give it back to Brahma. And this is the second time, but the Lord came to Satyavrata to personally protect him. And this incarnation, the Lord took a huge form of the fish. And he came to the shore of ocean, as he had told the king Satyavrata. Satyavrata had already loaded the boat. So he put, I think the rope was Vasuki. Generally Vasuki is used as a rope. I was thinking why they use snake as a rope. Because it's elastic. Shock observer. Anyway, since Vasuki is many times used, he is used in Samudra Manthan also. It's quite long. You imagine you are having a mountain covered like that, and how big the snake should be. So anyway, he ties his boat to the fish incarnation by Vasuki. Matsya avatar. and he travels in the ocean of inundation. And when he's traveling, he asks questions to the Lord. And the Lord within his heart gave replies to them. Correct? It's within the heart. And then it is recorded. Amazing thing is it's recorded. The discussion. Even in the ocean inundation, they are having good time. They are hearing about the Lord's pastime. They are hearing about Krishna Tattva. So he keeps hearing about with pleasure about Krishna consciousness from the Supreme Lord directly. Other thing mentioned here, a very important thing, that even though the Lord incarnated as a fish, he still remains glorious. Because it is said the fish form is always full of fear. Fear. In the development of the species, it is given the lowest category. Jalaja navalakshani stavara laksha vimshati kramayo rudra sankaya pakshinam dasha lakshanam. The lowest is the fish. Is considered the most abominable form. But still, because the Lord had it, his form is spiritual. Fish form is full of fear. Because another fish just comes, opens the mouth and swallows you. We can just think about how fearful the existence will be. In the water, mostly deep inside water, no sunlight, and big fishes are roaming to swallow anybody. The big whales, when they open their mouth, tons and tons they swallow. So very fearful life. Therefore it is considered abominable. But the Lord having fish form is still totally transcendental. He is Sachidananda Vigraha. He is one of the important incarnations of the Lord. Matsya, Kurma. Matsya is one of the incarnations. So even though the Lord takes form of the fish, he is still transcendental. And he is able to educate Satyavrata in spiritual knowledge.
ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಕಳೆದ 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಹರಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭುಗಳ ಅತ್ಯಮೂಲ್ಯ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯಾದ ಯುಗಧರ್ಮ, ಕಲಿಯುಗದ ಮಹಾಮಂತ್ರ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ, ಹರೇ ರಾಮ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ ಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪಸರಿಸಲೆಂದೇ ಶ್ರೀಲ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದರು 1966ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ನ್ಯೂಯಾರ್ಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದರು. ಕೇವಲ 12 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ 108 ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಹಿಮೆಯನ್ನು ಮೆರೆದರು. ಶ್ರೀಲ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದರು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯು ಬೆಳೆದು ಹೆಮ್ಮರವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ 500ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದೇವಾಲಯಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಮಂದಿ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಾಮದ ಮಹತ್ವ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ತೀವ್ರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಶ್ರೀಲ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ ಹಾಗೂ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯ ಸಂದೇಶದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಭಾವಿತಗೊಂಡ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ ಶಿಷ್ಯರ ತಂಡ ನಾಮನಿಷ್ಠದಾಸರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಕರಾವಳಿಯೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪಸರಿಸುವ ಪಣ ತೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಜನತೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿದೆ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಧಾ ಗೋವಿಂದರ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ನಂತೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿತು. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಈ ದೇವಾಲಯವು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯ ದಿವ್ಯ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಕೇಂದ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ. ನಗರದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಹಲವಾರು ಭಕ್ತರನ್ನು ತನ್ನೆಡೆಗೆ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ಈ ದೇವಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ಗೋವಿಂದರಿಗೆ ದಿನಕ್ಕೈದು ಬಾರಿ ವಿಧಿವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಪೂಜಾರಾಧನೆಗಳು, ನೈವೇದ್ಯ, ಕೀರ್ತನೆ, ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತದ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿವೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾನಗರಿ ಎಂದೇ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧವಾದ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ದೇಶದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹಲವಾರು ಯುವ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ತನ್ನೆಡೆಗೆ ಸೆಳೆಯುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬುವಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾಪಾರಂಗತರಾದ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿ ತಂಡ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಗೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಬೋಧನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ವರದಾನವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಂದ ಅಪಾರ ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆ ದೊರೆತಿದೆ. ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ಸಮಿತಿಯಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಸಹಕಾರವೂ ದೊರೆಯುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಧಾಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಯಾತ್ರೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇವರು ಆಯೋಜಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪವಿತ್ರ ಗ್ರಂಥವಾದ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಲಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಹಬ್ಬಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜನ್ಮಾಷ್ಟಮಿ, ಗೌರ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ, ರಾಮನವಮಿ, ನರಸಿಂಹ ಜಯಂತಿ ಮುಂತಾದವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ವಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಅದ್ಧೂರಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಚರಿಸುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಭಕ್ತ ತಂಡದ್ದು ಎತ್ತಿದ ಕೈ. ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನರು ಈ ಹಬ್ಬಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಭಗವಂತನ ಕೃಪೆಗೆ ಪಾತ್ರರಾಗುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಗುರು ಶ್ರೀಲ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದರು ತಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ಯಮೂಲ್ಯ ಸಂಪತ್ತಾದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯಾಗಿ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಮಾನವ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯನ್ನುಂಟು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಸುಳ್ಳಾಗಲಾರದು. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಯನ್ನುಂಟು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಲಭ್ಯವಿರುವ ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಕೈಗೆಟುಕುವ ದರದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ದೊರಕುತ್ತಿವೆ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಇದೀಗ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಕರು ಎಂಬ ಹೆಗ್ಗಳಿಕೆಗೂ ಪಾತ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ತೆರಳಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸಲು ಹಲವು ವಿಧದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ, ಹಬ್ಬ ಹರಿದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳ ಹಂಚುವಿಕೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಾರಾಟ ಸತತವಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯವೂ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಟಿವಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ V4 ನ್ಯೂಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಾರವಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಲಭ್ಯವಿದೆ. ಒಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ಕಾನಿನ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಸ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಹಾಗೂ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡು ಭಗವಂತನ ಕೃಪೆಗೆ ಪಾತ್ರರಾಗಿ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳ ಸಂಘದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕವಾದ ದಿವ್ಯ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ದಿನ ತಂಗಲು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಕೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ರಾಧಾ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ದೇವಾಲಯ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರುವ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ರಾಧಾ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಭಕ್ತವೃಂದ. ದಿನಂಪ್ರತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವತ ಹಾಗೂ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಪಡೆಯಲು ಈ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗೆ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳುಹಿಸಿ. ವಾರಾಂತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುವ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ನಂಬರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬಹುದು.